First of all, I want to give honor to the Most High, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shai, our Savior. And I'm going to be touching up on a movie that is called Captivity State. And this movie is based on Jacob's Trouble. Yes, they had actually made a movie on Jacob Trouble. So this is the previews, and I have caught some very, very astonished things in this previews. And I want to go ahead and break this down. I want to try to do this quickly as possible. I really don't want to waste a lot of time on it, but I think that this need to be seen for, for people who don't have that spiritual eye, even in movies. So I'm gonna go ahead and shed some light on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing a little bit, and I'm gonna be pausing as the previews progresses.
Baby brother, you gotta pick a side.
So as you heard right there, baby brother, you have to choose a side. Now you have heard those brothers on the highways and the byways, the ones TJ called potato chip preachers, some of you call ABC preachers. Well, I'm one of those people. I like to hear before anybody like to quote anything about somebody else. But those things, that stuff is going on with these brothers on the street corners. Nothing but respect for them because they are teaching the truth. Like I said, maybe some of them do have a little attitude problem. Maybe some of them might take it to another level. But you have to understand why they act like that is because the oppression. The oppression will drive any man crazy if they in their right mind, but not crazy enough to just go do something foolish. But all they doing, they expressing out of the Bible. And I just want to touch up on this real fast. Even if these brothers is out there preaching the truth, you know good and down well, nobody can kill a person with the Bible. I have not, I done heard some people go so far and try to say that they are the Klan, they're the Black Klan and all that. First of all, that is a disgrace to even mumble that out of your mouth. Thank God I'm not on that corner because I don't think I can be able to take that one. That's a low blow because we know the Klans done killed thousands of black people. And these dudes on the corner have not burned one cross into white people's yards and nothing like that. All they doing, they talking out of the Bible. And some of these Edomites out there, they just taking it to a whole nother level. Anyway, I don't want to keep touching up on that. Let me get back to the preview. Sorry about that. And as you've seen the police, even though that was kind of fast, you've seen the police running down the steps. The police is everywhere. If you notice that the police is Edomites, and you see how they got the Jacob, or Israel, or Israelite. You see how they got them post up on the wall. This right here is what we call martial law. This is hands down martial law, and I'm going to prove that on this next scene right here.
Hello, Gabriel. I want a lawyer. You and I both know those days are gone.
As you heard, those days are gone. That is martial law. So, what is this devil planning? What is his plan? Because all this stuff is actually foretold in the Bible.
You have a choice to make.
If you actually go back a little bit.
With a lawyer. You and I both know those days are gone.
Right there. You see that? That is a football stadium. I want to be absolutely, that is a football stadium that is changed into basically a military base. Once again, that is martial law. That is a plain takeover. What is going on? Why would you make a movie like that? What is these people afraid of? It's like they seen something bigger besides these Israelites. Because there's no way in the world that these Israelites, or what you Edomites like to call black Israelites, there's no way in the world that these people is this fearsome. What is behind that door that you're not seeing? But anyway, let's keep going.
You have a choice to make. Work for me, or line up.
You heard. Get a choice to make. Work for me. And I want to take it back a little bit again. I want to show you something. One more time.
You have a choice to make. Work for me.
Right here. If you look to this screen on the very first left corner, second TV, you see how that street is most definitely looking like a cross. Then you go down to the fourth TV, it is a street. That is basically symbolic. They did that on purpose to show you who they are fighting against, who they looking at. This is the devil staring at that cross. He's declaring war on God.
Or line up like your father.
Line up like your father. I wonder who is he speaking of? You know, who's our father? Because once again, they think they sit high. Here's comes the power of the Most High.
We don't have much.
That the power of the Most High, he's killing off the coons, you know, even the ones who's not down, and you announcing yourself, oh, I'm not an Israelite, you know, do as you please, do what you think you want to do. You really haven't been reading scriptures right, because you've been taught the Bible totally wrong. If you actually think that you can do whatever you want to do. But I want to take it back again.
We don't have much time.
So you heard that? Right there. I had to stop it right there because that was one of the most biggest hitters for me. We don't have that much time. You damn right, you don't have that much time. But anyway, I'm going to get straight into scripture just from that right there. So this is Revelations 12, verse 12. And I'm going to go ahead and read this. Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe. So woe in the Bible stands for destruction. Woe to those inhabit the earth, of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is to come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he had but a short time. Once again, who is he talking about? You know, who's this devil? And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth a man-child. So I'm going to stop it right there, because this verse right here, this man-child, is going to actually is a precept to another verse. And maybe to some of you might try to say, oh man, you're picking out verses and all that. So why would they say a man-child? Because a man can't have a child. This is talking about like a birth pain. So let's keep it going.
Before first contact.
Sorry about that.
We don't have much time.
Before first.
Right there. What is that? As you see, we see a spaceship. You know, people like to call it. But we Israelites, who are God's chosen people, we call that the chariot. But we know that chariot is not going to look like that, because when that mothership comes down, it's going to be way bigger than that. And those right there, those is his selected people who was keeping his law, who was going up as his Jacob trouble is going down. So I'm going to show you why you see this ship, and I'm going to give you that birth pain. So this is Job 30, and we're going to start from 3. I'm going to start from 3. Sorry about that, but as we go, if you just kind of read that a little bit, and as you see, it's talking about, for lo, the day comes, said Lord, I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel and Judah, said the Lord. So, the Israel and Judah, they both are the same people, because they had a northern and they had a southern Judah, or Israel, or Jerusalem. Said the Lord, I will cause them to return to the land I gave their fathers, basically our forefathers, and they shall possess it. That is basically our homeland. We're going to go back to our homeland, and there are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For this, said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man does travail with child, as we just read in 12:12 in Revelations. Now we're talking about a man travail with child. Wherefore I see every man with his hand on his lines, as a woman in a travail of all faces, he turned into pale. So how can a white person turn pale if they pretty much all pale? So this is pretty much the great fear, because they're holding their stomachs like, what is this? They was stunned because they in fear. They are trembling. What is this? And that's right there, that's that mothership. That's what they're holding their stomach for, because you nations, not all white people, but you all have to suffer the consequences, believe it or not. I hate to say it like that, but because the Bible has pretty much put it in plain sight now, that because we got the Gentiles and we have strangers. And to give you an understanding, those Gentiles are basically the lost Israelites that is among their enemies, that's serving their enemies. Those are basically the Gentiles the Bible was speaking of. And the strangers are the ones that's not God chosen people. So once again, that's a whole nother story to touch up on. But anyway, we're going to keep moving. And also, for that day is great, so that none is like it, and even in that time of Jacob trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So basically, God is going to save Jacob, the Israelites, from out of this. And in meanwhile, these Edomites is going to be in fear. Not only just the Edomites, but the ones whoever took the oppress of Jacob, whoever oppressed him, whoever took part of that murder and killing him and enslaving him. This is for you. And for it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thou neck, and will burst thou bond, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So there's only one race on this planet that had yoke of bonds on their neck. That's slavery. Because we even have the the mental slavery, then we had, well, first we had the physical slavery, then we had the mental slavery. But we're gonna go off some more into these previews because we need to see what these previews are trying to tell us.
Contact. We were fighting amongst ourselves. We needed the legislators.
Right here.
We don't have much time.
Before first contact, we were fighting amongst ourselves.
So they said before first contact they was fighting themselves. So here's this is that crafty cancel stuff again. They trying to get crafty what they gonna do, how they gonna destroy Israel, you know, God's chosen people, and how they think they gonna defeat the Most High. They gather themselves together, and you pay attention to this. And you know, I don't want to take this to no racial stuff, but you see nothing but Edomites in there. There's not one Jacob in there. There's none but Edomites. But people, stay with me. I know I'm talking too much. I'm sorry, but stay with me.
Needed the legislators to show us a better way.
They're protecting us from anarchy.
Tell our friends down below.
So you see right here, they trying to. It's like he's in a space station, whatever he think he's going, and let's bring that up in Obadiah. So this is Obadiah, and if you kind of see chapter verse 3, and you see how the Edomites, they're speaking of the Edomites. You know, the Lord is talking about the Edomites, how they had pride and, you know, they deceive people because, you know, they are liars. You know, even from their scientific things, they lie about everything because they don't like telling the truth about anything. And as they saying, you know, he's going to develop in the cliffs of the rocks, the habitation of the high, said the Lord, and you know the heart, he shall bring them down to the ground. So they're going to be up in the air. You know, and right here, that they exalt themselves as the eagle and set that nest among the stars. So, as you see right here, they are setting a nest. Let's go over. And he has to be high in the sky where he had that little mask on his face. And he's saying the people below. So, let's keep it moving.
They got our full operational support.
Harmony, peace. It's a lie. They gonna take it.
You hear that? The peace. So they're talking about they're gonna do that peace, and I guess this is basically through the tribulations. So maybe they trying to combine a little bit some things in here, but this is most definitely through the tribulations of some of the trouble jakes who God is gonna give them some time to get themselves together. And that's supposed to be the 7 years, but it's going to be the half of 7 years or 3.5 years. But this is that peace.
Everything. What do you want me to do? As long as we fight back, we got a chance.
You hear that? We got to fight back. You know, we got to get together. That's what they're saying. You know, get together and fight back. You know, because the Israelites, they're going to get tired of getting brutally murdered by Esau and his laws. They're going to get together and they're going to fight back, and the Lord's going to put it in them to take it back.
We're facing a full-blown insurgency known as Phoenix.
Put your hand up.
So you seen them going up the upstairs. You seen all the Jakes. You seen one stranger. You know, the Bible talk about that. You know, the stranger's gonna start to cleave on to them because, you know, some of these Edomites know the truth, and you know, not all Edomites are bad. You know, they are gonna cleave on, and they're gonna be saved. You know, they're gonna be saved to be hand servants in the heaven.
The networks communicate. They're planning something big.
You know, they doing the chip. You know, technology.
The team goes tonight. Ready?
No one gets taken alive.
Hello, Gabriel. You have a job to do.
missiles. You know, that's the Most High. There's the nuclear warheads. You know, it's going down. You know, the Bible speaks truth.
I've got a plan.
I have faith in you.
Light a match.
As it, we'll go back right there.
Deal.
I've got a plan.
Yeah, did you see that? That yoke on his neck? Oh man.
Hello, Gabriel. You have a job to do.
I've got a plan.
Right there, it was so fast, I'm sorry, but they wrote a yoke around the
I have
neck.
faith in you.
You know, it's the same thing they did to us in slavery. They trying to put us back in slavery. I guess as they're saying, they're going to try to put us back in slavery, and Israel's going to rise. They're going to fight. You know, and they're going to take back what's rightfully theirs, and that's this world, this kingdom. That's what this movie is based on, to make, you know, the old back to as was. They're going to establish this earth how it used to be.
Light a match. Ignite a war. I can take the risk. Get back to the way that things used to be.
Like it used to be.
It's like I said, those days are gone.
Esau don't want to give this up. You know, he's going to fight this to the death. And that right there, you know, I guess that's supposed to be the UFOs in the movie. But we know the UFOs is going to be God angels. Once again, they want to demonize everything because that's what Esau do. And did you see that? I'm sorry.
It's like I
It's going to be fast.
said, those days are gone.
So I guess those supposed to be the demons. I most definitely want to say those the demons. Right here. So as you see that's kind of changing from a man. That's definitely a man. Dressing up like Christ. So I want to say that's the white Jesus. It's got the white robe on, and you pay attention to this. You see this is a man right here, and it's a woman right there. It changes to a woman, and I want to say this is supposed to be God angels. Or a man in a super suit. But I want to say most definitely the angels. But, you know, Hollywood demonized everything. Once again, we got the man hanging up in the air like in slavery. They torturing him. Come on, people, wake your eye. Wake up. The football stadium I was showing at the beginning, you know, and there go the Most High. So this movie is coming out this month. Anybody see it? Maybe if you catch something that I didn't see, I'm gonna go to the movies and catch the movie and see what I can catch even more out of it. And if anybody see it before I do, please leave me some comments. But this is most definitely a movie is tied to Jacob's trouble, the tribulations, martial law. This is all one. This is the devil. He's trying to get his rule off. So, you know, other nations, you know, the strangers, you know, the devil's gonna be killing y'all too. So, you know, you're gonna believe. And hopefully when you do see this, cleave on to us. You know, respect us as God chosen people. Respect us. Anyway, my name is Eyes Wide Open. Thank you for watching my video, and more will be coming.